Hi everyone, it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. Your Guide on Ghana. I share little bits of information based on my personal experiences after having relocated to Ghana. Now, these videos are not meant to be long, they're meant to be short and to the point and give you little tidbits of information that can help you learn a few things before you make the decision to move to Ghana. It's targeted mostly at people who live in places like Canada or thinking about relocating to Ghana. Now, I wrote an ebook called Your Essential Guide on Moving to Ghana. It's downloadable, it's available. And in there, I share information based on my experiences over the last few years going back and forth between Canada and Ghana. And I just thought I would answer a lot of questions that people had, and that's why I had put it together. If you're interested in getting that download, you can click the link in the description and it'll take you to Amazon and you can get your download. Today, I want to talk about the internet. It's something that I get asked about all the time. People want to know what it's like. Now, one of the things people want to know is if it's expensive and if it's reliable or fast. Now, for the first question, internet in the continent of Africa is 3 times more expensive than in the rest of the world, in most developing countries. It is more expensive. So 3 times more expensive on average across the continent of Africa. So that should answer your question. That being said, Ghana is less expensive than a lot of other countries in Africa. And it tends to be countries that are on the coast, like how Ghana is, tend to be a little bit less expensive than countries that are more inland or that are landlocked. Now, in Ghana, there's a variety of companies available that you can choose from for mobile or for your routers at home. You know, anyone from MTN to Vodafone. You have Glow, you have Airtel Tigo, Surfline, Busy Internet, and they're all offering different bundles. So you have to kind of explore and figure out what works based on your personal usage for what you think is best. The other thing to consider is different parts of Ghana have different connectivity issues. So you could be in one part of the city of Accra and you're on an Airtel network and it's great. Then you're on the other side of town and it's not. So a lot of times people have actually multiple devices. I remember people making fun of me when I had only one cell phone. People were like, ah, you came from Canada and you only have one cell phone, because it's quite common for people to have multiple phones that are on different networks. And it's convenient because you could be somewhere where one network works and then go somewhere else and the other one is working. So the connectivity issues can be challenging at times, especially the further away you go from the major urban centers like Accra or Kumasi. Once you get to smaller areas, the issues are more challenging and you might not even get a signal at all. For instance, when I go to my mom's hometown in the eastern region of Ghana, I don't get any network signal unless I walk up this particular hill and go up there. Then, okay, then I get a signal. But once I'm actually where the family members are, I have absolutely no internet connectivity on my MTN or on Vodafone when I was on Vodafone the last time I was there. So consider those things. Also, I work in an environment where we do use a lot of internet in the media industry with video content and just doing a lot of research. We have multiple providers in one office. You know, we'll have you have MTN, you have Surfline, you have Busy Internet, and it's like when one stops working, then we jump onto the other. When another one stops working, we jump onto the other. So it's kind of frustrating because a lot of money is spent buying bundles from each of these companies because you can't always rely on them working all the time consistently. So you have to keep that in consideration as well. Um, Now, I use MTN for my mobile phone, and I use Glow for my dongle, which is the device that I plug into my laptop in order for me to use the internet. And with Glow, I find that they have one of the best packages for internet bundles, but their connectivity is not the greatest everywhere. It just This is hilarious. I'm in the middle of doing this video, and then all of a sudden it said connecting, and back in the year 2000 with the internet something, because it'll sing. Sometimes you try to do these live videos, like I do Facebook Live or the YouTube issues. I've been places where I try to do an Instagram story, cannot connect. Try to watch Netflix, it says your internet is not fast enough and it won't connect. So MTN, Surfline are a couple of the companies that claim to have 4G LTE speeds of the internet. However, I find that they drop a lot. It'll be like 4G, then drops to 3G, then it drops to H, then it drops to H plus, then it drops to Edge. I was like, what the heck? I think back time. So you end up adjust the situation. Also, where if you leave your mobile device, and I was like, what the heck? I wasn't even really using the phone. But it was, you know, goes so quickly. It goes so quickly. So in mind of turning off your it, being aware there are bundles out best. So for instance, I have a bad habit. I've got sometimes taking a quick nap and then I get up, do stuff between midnight, because MTN has a bundle that gives you 5 gigs between midnight and 5 a.m. G down to the 3G or down to the H plus. And it's that happens. So keep that in mind, that the internet will end up costing you more than you might think, because $1 when you it makes it sound like it's a string thing that happens, and I was like, anyway, let me just read these out to you. So with MTN, these gets you 400 megabytes. That's about $2.75. See 1 gigabyte, which is about $4.50. 40 Gunna Cities gets you 2.5 gigabytes, which is about $9. 60 Gunna Cities gives $18. Now please stop. AO, which I use for my laptop, gets me 30. However, Glow doesn't work everywhere, so that's something to consider. Will it because one day live, or it doesn't work where your office is, and then you just end up most convenient in your area. Along MTN, 120 Gunna Cities gives you 10 gigabytes, which is about $27. 150 Gunna Cities gives you 15 gigabytes dollars. 199 Gunna Cities gives you about $45. And then 289 Gunna Cities gives you 50 gigabytes, which is about $65. Now, like, it's too expensive when you think about it, but like $65 for 50 gigabytes, I know that there's a lot of plans in the US in particular that they have unlimited, but then it slows down after a certain number of gigs that you use. But I do know that there are plans available in the US, few in Canada as well, but Canada is much more expensive than the US is when it comes to mobile usage on your data on your phones. But there are for your home that are really really good pricing in North America. I have found, well, Canada and the US I can speak of. I can't say North America because I don't know what Mexico is like. But these packages sound great, but I find that they do go, you are continuing to use the internet in the same, may have been using it in living in the US or living in Canada or the UK for that matter. You have to be really conscious and kind of strategic about all the time, and most of the people who send me videos on WhatsApp are people in Ghana. So I'm always surprised at the usage level. But hey, um, one thing to keep in mind is a lot of bundles. A lot of people use Facebook a lot because, oh, and I think WhatsApp might be one of them, but I'm positive Facebook is included in free in some of these packages, especially if you're a youth. Like Vodafone has a plan called Vodafone X, which is for people under a certain age group. They told me I was too old for it, so I couldn't get it. And I was like, "What? You have an age limit on a plan? Like what?" So yeah, they have a plan that's supposed to be for the youth. So they have better deals actually.